tonight, a Catholic men's conference in Michigan has become the target of left-wing protests. The goal of the progressive group is to disrupt this men's conference to the point where the Catholic group is forced to cancel the event. With me now, executive producer of the event from churchmilitant.com, Christine Niles. Christine, thanks for coming on the show.
Great to be here.
All right, tell me about what is happening. So you're the target now of left-wing protesters. They're planning on picketing outside of your men's conference, which is going to be held next week. First of all, how did you hear about the fact that they were planning to protest you?
We were actually contacted by the Detroit Free Press because they wanted comment on that. That was the first time that we were alerted to this. Now, churchmilitant.com, we're a Catholic apostolate. What's really funny is that this group, Michigan People's Defense Network, they're allied with Antifa. Their logo are two crossed baseball bats. And they call themselves militant. So do we. We mean it in a spiritual sense.
Right.
They mean it in a physical sense. And they've actually said we're prepared to use physical force to defend our mission. So they are falsely labeling this men's conference, which is the third year that we're having this, as a men's rights conference. It's not a men's rights conference. It's more about men's obligations. For instance, husbands' obligations to their wives, to their children. The whole purpose of this conference is to help men be better husbands, better fathers, brothers, sons, right. To promote virtues of charity and humility and sacrifice. Yet these people are labeling like anti-woman, promoting rape culture. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I mean, the title of your conference is Strength and Honor, and you say that you're offering talks on the essential role of sacrificial masculinity of Catholic men to be good husbands and fathers. If it weren't something that might devolve into violence outside of this conference, again, it's almost comical that there's a left-wing group that actually has a problem with people trying to promote good husbands and good fathers.
Exactly.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, their argument is that because it's men only, that it's not for women, it's about being a father and being a husband, that's somehow anti-woman. Christine, how do you respond to that?
Okay, it's utterly ridiculous. I mean, I want to tell them, do your research. I mean, Michael Voris is the one who's leading these conferences. He's the one who founded our apostolate, churchmilitant.com. We've been around for 12 years. And, his focus is authentic masculinity. How do you become a real man? And really, the heart of being a real man is to follow the examples of the perfect man, Jesus Christ. One of selflessness, sacrifice, humility, charity, all of that. And we just find it utterly ridiculous that these people would be protesting something like this. We're trying to help men be better men.
Right.
And yet they're protesting this.
Listen, they have every right in the world to protest peacefully. But like you said, I would be worried, as I assume you are, at the motivations or the willingness of this kind of group associated with Antifa, which we've seen all over the country in the past year and a half, wage violence against those whose opinions they disagree with, especially because this group was created after Trump was elected in direct response to Trump's election here. What are you guys doing to secure yourself against possible violence?
We've actually contacted the local police. They've met with us personally, and they said that they are going to have a presence there just to monitor the situation. The police have actually also reached out to the Michigan People's Defense Network to let them know, hey, you know what? We will protect your free speech rights, but we expect you to behave. So, but tonight is just the press conference that they're having in front of our studio. Next week is where they actually plan on having the protest with the aim of shutting us down. So clearly these people don't believe in free speech.
No, and it's ironic too, because these groups, Antifa, they claim to be anti-fascist. They claim people like you and your group are fascist, but what they're actually doing, trying to shut you down, trying to silence, that is the dictionary definition of fascism. They're welcome to come on the show. I'd like to ask them about their opinion, if they respect the right, the freedom of religion, the freedom of assembly, the freedom of speech, all these different things. I'd like to hear their opinions on this, but I think, Christine, I suspect that it comes down to the core of the matter. They made another comment too, which is not getting as much press as their anti-woman, because it's men's conference exclusively. They said, if you're pro-life, you're also anti-woman. Catholic teaching, as you know, as our viewers know, is solidly pro-life. That at the core is probably their main problem with you.
Oh, I think so too. And now I want to address the whole anti-woman, anti-immigrant comments that they've been making. I find this utterly ridiculous because, for one, almost half our staff are comprised of women, many in key leadership roles, including myself. I run the news department. I'm head of the news department. It's one of the largest departments at our apostolate, and it's an almost entirely male staff. I'm the head of that. In addition, I'm an immigrant. I was born in Vietnam 1 year before the communists took over. They actually drove my family out of Vietnam. my family struggled in France for a while, and then we came here to the United States. And so for them to say we're anti-woman, anti-immigrant, again, come on, do your research. This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I hope you'll keep us updated after they do their press conference, as it gets closer to the conference and you hear more about their plans as the conference unfolds and their protests unfold. Please come back and join us. And remember, blessed are the persecuted. Not everyone gets to suffer for their beliefs and gets the opportunity to speak up for them. I'm a practicing Catholic myself. My empathy is with you. Thanks for being here, Christine.